Welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Cutlery. Today, we're doing the Tiger Claw from Cold Steel, Cts-Xhp. This was given to me by my guy Jacob Lamb. Jacob, thank you so much, my brother. I love this knife. Before we get into it, 22 veterans a day in this country take their own lives. Vets, I want you to know two things. First and foremost, I love you. I admire you. I do. You guys were my superheroes growing up, and I have mad respect. I cannot say I appreciate your service or that I understand what you've been through. That's not true. I've never been a veteran. I'm not a veteran. Never been in the military. What I can say is I respect your service and thank you for it, and that's what I'll do. So know that I love you. Know, secondly, that not only on Choir Boys Cutlery, not only in this channel, but in this whole knife community, you have a place here. We have a group we call the Bib. And vets, let me tell you something. Every member of the Bib loves you. You have a place here. We back the blue over here. We support Leo. Scab, how in the world do you do that, son? Well, we don't break the damn law. And finally, if you are an addict like I am, you never quit quitting. It'll take. It's more than willpower. If it was a habit, I mean, if you could just quit doing it, it'd be a habit. Habit and addiction's two different things, guys. My guy at JERBS always says, Scab, I'll never quit quitting. I love that dude's content. He's a good dude. He's heartfelt. He's honest. Go over, check out JERBS. I'll put a link in the description. That whole Fatwood Friday clan, Ron T. Sawyer, Redneck Renegade, Matt Peterson, all of those guys, man, they're just heartfelt guys. And if you're not subscribed to them, you're missing out. Well, let's get into this video. This knife, it goes against everything that I like about a knife. But let me say up front, it was a gift, and I thought, okay. Because Jacob Lamb Jacob will message me here and there, and over the past, I guess, month, we've talked some. Good dude, he's up there in North Carolina around where my mama's people are from, so that, you know. But he said, Scab, I'm going to send you a knife. I want you to, will you check it out? You can do what you want with it. I said, sure. He sent this. From the time I put it in my hand, I've loved this knife. That's the God's honest truth. Why? It has, from here to here, it has a 5-inch handle. Okay? We'll discuss the ring in a few. We're going to try to keep this intro short so we can get out to the stump. But it's got a 5-inch handle. It's got about a 3.5-inch blade. And I measured from here to here. May not be the best way, but it's the way we're measuring. So about here to here is about 3 1/4, 3.5, something like that. It's got the Emerson wave technology. Somebody was good, Demco, yeah, okay. And Demco makes some badass knives. I love Andrew Demco, love Cold Steel, love the Triad Lock, love all that. This is a wave technology is Ernie Emerson. We're always going to give credit where credit's due. So it has Emerson wave technology. For this knife, this is big. Guys, this is not an instructional video. This is not a self-defense video. This is a knife review. We're going to cover some things. Let me say up front, I've never been in martial arts. You can look at me and tell that. I've never had any kind of weapons training. You damn sure can tell that. What I have is about 30 years of experience bouncing, raising hell, and all that. Does that qualify me to teach you anything? No. What you want to do is probably the opposite. I've had over 200 stitches, been run over, shot at, stabbed, cut, all of that crap. So what I should have been doing is stretching and learning to bob and weave. What this is a knife review with some self-offense included. Why do we call it self-offense? You're not going to put me on the defensive, and I want you guys to start thinking that way, ladies, guys. Why? If you don't know anything else about me, you know I believe strongly in common sense and common sense. We take a common sense approach to defending ourselves, okay? So, this is going to be the only time we discuss this. The other reason I call it self-defense is this. If you hit me and I weather that first punch, I'm coming for you. I may get an ass whipping. That's fine. That's fine. But you're going to have to show me. So, let's discuss some of that. Let's cover some of that. But let's more than that. Let's get into this knife, man. Beautiful knife. And it has to be said, I have no straight blade with serrations, not one. I was hesitant up front with this, but I think you're going to see, that for this knife, these are perfect. All right, let's go out to the stump and see what we can see, shall we? Well, thank you, Scab. That's a fine introduction. Here we are. I just wanted to take a second and show you a couple more looks at it up close. The Tiger Claw Cts-Xhp, best steel, cold steel's ever done. Here I am whipping around my finger. I just literally stuck myself in the arm. Now here we are doing a little on break, of course. I just wanted to show you that slash. There we go, popped it right there in twain. Great cutting capability. Now guys, three things. There I am throwing the OBAKE that I want to cover here. Concealment, deployment, and how easy is it to use. Now, here's the Tiger Claw. I said we'd discuss the ring later. Let me tell you, I'm not a big fan of rings on knives. However, in this instance, with that Emerson wave technology, which I'll show a couple times, it's easier to pull. If you've ever been sucker punched, you know there's that brief second of what the hell's going on, and then you got to get with it. Well, in a life or death situation, you've got to be able to deploy a knife if that's what you're using. Now, we're not a gun channel, so we're not discussing guns, but you got to have something, man, that you can get out quick. Now, as far as will this thing get it done, and then throw it at them, that's always good. Attaboy, Scab. Will it get it done? Well, let's look at some of the damage just them quick slashes got. Guys, this thing's the real deal. Like I said, I've never been a huge fan of serrations on my straight blades, but I think for this knife, for this purpose, for self-defense, they work well. Look at that. I mean, and y'all seen, I didn't wind up and sling it hard. There's the penetration right there, went straight through. Probably about I don't know, ½ inch of cardboard. Now, this cardboard, I'm not talking about this, I'm talking about when it's going straight through. But look at the damage there, just from a few regular strokes. Now there's my OBAKE. I can do nothing left-handed, which brings me to this point. You may want to practice with both hands. There's the cold steel safe maker. I usually, if I'm in a bad spot, now y'all seen there we go. There's some deployment right there with that ring. The safe maker, a lot of times I'll stick inside my pants or inside my belt buckle and just have it on me. But you got to practice with it. Now, we're focusing on the Tiger Claw, and again to Jacob, man, thank you so much. Now guys, just some whittling right here. It'll get it done. I still hold to the premise that if you have a knife, it needs to be able to do multiple things. I've carried this knife for 4 days, or 5 days, whenever I got it. I carried it every day to work. Very, very, very handy knife, very practical knife for opening bags, boxes, things like that. Now, I just want to show you a couple things. Some nice easy pulls. Look at that. Penetrates very quickly and just glides through that plastic. And somebody said, well, it's plastic. Well, when you cut metal? And guys, come on. Sometimes I literally, when I was whipping the knife around there like a dumbass, poked myself in the arm and I had to get a Band-Aid. So this thing's sharp and it's pointy. Now, again, the practicality of the knife. You would think it would rip it. It glided right through there. I've got to say this. Cold Steel knows how to do serrations, and they did a jam-up job on this knife. This knife rides very well in the pocket. I really, truly, honestly, I carry such larger knives that I find myself from time to time, I'll reach down to make sure it's still there. It's very light. It rides very well in the pocket. I've got to say this too. As much as I love Cold Steel, I absolutely despise their pocket clips. You about have to get a crowbar to get the damn thing where you want it. But I've got this one right where I want it with that. It's not loose, but I got it where it'll slide in and out of my pants. Because if you got something that's just that tight and that much of a grip, if you can't deploy it, it's useless. You have to be able to deploy the knife quickly in any kind of situation. If you know you're out walking and a dog comes at you, a grizzly bear or something like that, you don't want to have to double take on your knife. You want to be able to pull it and go quickly. And right here again, just the overall sharpness of this knife. Jacob's taken very, very good care of it and sent it to me. And I guys, anytime you want to send something to me, I am over the moon and happy to accept it and greatly appreciative. Now, right here, let's see. Oh, of course, it's off camera. Brilliant. But right there, y'all see, I pull it. Now, we did several bottle cuttings. Why? Just to show you the slashing. Look at that. So that thing just eats it up. You don't have to swing hard. And I did that for a reason. One of these bottles, I think I do that a good bit. The control on this thing, just that little bit, guys, just gashes it open. I am a huge fan of this knife. And again, we've cut wood with it. We've cut water hose with it. We've cut plastic with it. Oh, I got him with the OBAKE and then a quick finish. That's El Gato Baldwin right here, son. Don't mess with me. Of course, then I got to find the sheath. That is the downside there. You don't want to poke yourself in the stomach. Good job, Scab. Now, practice. We talked a little bit about deployment. The Tiger Claw is very good on deployment. Very easy to conceal. It's got a low profile in the pocket. Why do those two things matter? Because if you can't get a knife out, you can't use it. Now right here, practice. Okay, that was the safe maker. I totally missed and hit it with my hand. That's what I'm talking about, guys. You can buy any kind of knife. Okay, here. Quick slash. Is that effective? I'll be practicing with that thing more and more. Now here, look at the control right here. Somebody said, Gabe, you can cut your hand. And I was nowhere near my hand. The curvature of the knife, it's comfortable in hand, gave me great control. I love this knife. Y'all will be seeing the safe maker more because those were some terrible. I'd love to tell you it was planned. It wasn't. I did want to leave it in though to show you you've got to practice with your knife. A knife is only as good as the user. Now, y'all see that right there, don't you? It cut that thing in twain, son. Now, some quick upward slashes right here. Look at that. That thing gets it done. I'm going to use my Amazon links in the description if you want to see any of these knives or if you may want to purchase them. Right in twain, son. Twainage, getting better as we go. I'll probably do a follow-up video here in about a month, after a month of carrying it, just to show some more of the capabilities and show how I've gotten better with it if I have. Look at that. Man, I'm telling y'all, just half speed eats it up. Let me say again very quickly, thank you, Jacob, for this gift. Thank you for the flat iron. There will be a video on that coming up shortly, probably sometime this week. I've got to do a video from Isaac Sowers, sent me that buck 110. And guys, real quick, to all the winners, I will be getting everything out to you Thursday or Friday. I apologize for the delay, but work and life and those things, plus getting everything packaged. No problems right here sharpening this stick. I'll do a little heat treatment on my point to make sure I got it. And got me a good walking stick. Well, guys, my guy Mikey, whom I love, always says, never give up, never surrender, and everything will be okay. Do I love the Tiger Claw? It changed my mind. Do I recommend it? Absolutely. Well, boys and girls, I'm Scab. You're not. And I'm gone, son.